Yo guys, what is going on? It is Drox here coming at you guys with a class setup video. This is my first class setup video on my channel, and it'll just be a general league play setup in case you don't have certain class sets. So let's get a nice fresh class set right here, class set 5, and let's start off. We'll do 2 hardpoint classes, we'll do 2 capture the flag classes, and we'll do 1 search and destroy class. And you can always put dead silence or awareness onto one of your other classes if you think you need more search and destroy classes. But let's just go into it. So we'll start off with hardpoint with custom class 1. I recommend either using the MP7, MSMC, or the Scorpion. Now this is just for league play. If you are playing on a LAN or something at a tournament, I would recommend the MP7 or the MSMC, not the Scorpion. The Scorpion is only really good because of the connection, but let's just go with the MSMC, as it is probably one of the most used submachine guns in competitive Call of Duty. Now, to put on it, you can really use one of these 5 or 6 attachments: quick draw, laser sight, long barrel, stock, extended clip, or foregrip. Now, my personal favorite is to do the combination of quick draw, long barrel. I don't know, I just always used it and I really enjoy using it, so I'd recommend it, but you can do other combinations if you want. And the B23R, because, or the TAC 45 I guess, but the B23R is definitely the most used again, as the CAT 40 is banned. It's not banned in league play, so I guess you could use it, but I'd stick with the B23R if you are going to be playing competitive outside of league play. Now, we are going to want to put on flak jackets, toughness, and dexterity. Now, the rest of your perks are, well, I would recommend, if you're running submachine guns all the time, I would put on lightweight as well, because you'll probably be in the hill a lot running, and put on a concussion, or you could also put on a frag. It's all up to you. I like to run concussions. And on your second class, you definitely want to run EMPs or black hat in case the enemy does get a sentry gun or an AGR or something, or even a stealth chopper. You can take it down with a black hat. So let's go into our second. We'll choose an assault rifle for this one, and I would definitely recommend the AN94. If you have a good trigger finger, I would use the FAL, but again, it is banned in MLG variant rules and GB variant, so if you are planning to play competitive Call of Duty outside of league play, I wouldn't recommend using it. So I'll stick with the AN94 for now. And once again, you can use multiple different attachments, but I recommend the reflex, and you can either put on quick draw, stock, foregrip. You can always put on extended clip, but I think the stock is the best. You can hit fire very easily with this weapon, so you don't really need quick draw. So that's probably one of the best setups you can have. You can also put on primary gunfighter and have the third attachment quick draw or extended clip or whatever, but this is just an average setup for a competitive gamer that uses assault rifles. So now we want to put on flak jacket, toughness, and you want to put on tactical mask, because you will be getting stunned. You want to put on perk 2 greed, and put on hardwired, as that will stop EMPs from getting you. And you want to put on EMPs and B23R. That's just an average sort of Slayer class, I guess. I mean, that's all. You can also use this as a support class, but we're not really doing that right now. This is just an average class that you could use. If you don't like hardwired, or you want lightweight or dexterity, I would switch out hardwired, not tactical mask. Tactical mask is probably going to help you the most, that and flak jacket. So I would remove hardwired and put either lightweight, or you could also do perk 3 greed and put on dexterity. It's up to you. So now let's go into the capture the flag classes. So for capture the flag, you're obviously going to want to run a submachine gun. We'll stick with the same submachine gun, the MSMC, with the same attachments. And you're going to want to run lightweight and extreme conditioning and toughness. Now, for me, I really like having the perk 3 greed. It definitely helps me out when you are climbing. You put on dexterity, and you're going to want to run either smoke grenades or concussion. And once again, you'll have another class with EMPs and such. I'd also recommend running trophy system if you are more of a team player, because you're bound to have someone else on your team running concussions or smokes or EMPs, but trophies, you're not going to see that a lot. But I'd recommend running that on a separate assault rifle class. So let's just put on concussions. Actually, we'll put on smoke, because this is more of a running class, and the B23R. Once again, your handy secondary weapon. So now we are going to once again have an assault rifle class and have an AN-94, but before we do anything, we're going to put on the trophy system, because the trophy system does help a lot. If someone on your team gets a sentry gun, you can throw it down. If you're just holding your flags, you have maybe a 1 flag lead and you're playing more defensively, it'll help you quite a bit. Now here you're going to want to run flak jacket. It will definitely help you in the long run if you're getting naded. You're going to want to have toughness, as always. You're going to have that on every one of your classes. Definitely helps. And here you can sort of choose whatever you want, and it would be between these three perks. Now I just like dexterity, as you can aim faster after sprinting, and that will save your life quite a few times. But you're still going to have one extra slot, and I would recommend running extreme conditioning, so you can run flag if necessary, but it's always good to just have it. So there's a class right there. You can also swap out flak jacket for lightweight if you don't like flak jacket or think that you don't really need it. But there you go, that is your CTF class number 2. So now let us dive into the S&D side. You can use any weapon you want, from the MP7 to the MSMC to the SWAT to the M8 to the AN-94 to the DSR. Let's do a sniping one, because the sniping classes are always fun. So a lot of people like to put on dual band on their snipers. I would not recommend doing that, so you can have overkill, but I would put on FMJ and put on overkill right away, and put on a weapon, assault rifle. Probably the M8A1 would help you the most, and you would put on reflex. Now if you like running stock on your M8, I would recommend putting secondary gunfighter, putting the M8 on. Sorry guys, I'm really tired. It's 11 in the morning. Just wrote my English exam and I'm pretty tired right now. Alright, perk 2, you would put on toughness or cold-blooded. If you're not running the stock, I would definitely recommend putting cold-blooded on, and put on either tac mask, dead silence. Well, of course, dead silence. I'm just not used to running the secondary gunfighter. So if you're not running the secondary gunfighter and have this as your setup, you either want to put on tactical mask with dead silence, or run trophy system. Or you could also put a frag grenade with that, but you could also do perk 2 greed and put on cold-blooded for snipers using DSRs with the dual band scope, as it gets you out of that way. So it is more of a defensive measure, just like a trophy system. You don't know if they're going to be throwing grenades or tacticals at you, but it's just good to have it. So that concludes the class setup guide. I'll leave it about 5 seconds on each of these so you guys can pause it and look at the classes. You can tweak them a little bit, but I would definitely recommend using these classes. So I hope you guys liked the video. Like it if you enjoyed it. Favorite if you really liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to be doing class setup videos for the next couple of days, focusing more on the different roles in competitive Call of Duty, like I talked about in my last commentary, which would be objective, support, anchor, and slayer. Ugh. Sorry guys, I am so tired. But yeah, so those are the classes. Subscribe, like, favorite, comment if you guys want me to do a specific commentary. Check out Enhance, follow me on Twitter. Hope you guys enjoyed.